To establish a defendant's guilt, a prosecutor must establish a defendant's guilty mind, or mens rea, by proving either the defendant's subjective mens rea or an objective mens rea, depending on the crime. And the defenses available to a defendant may vary depending on which mens rea requirement is relevant. In People v. Newton, the court considered whether intoxication may provide a defense if a subjective mens rea isn't an element of the crime. In 2003, the state of New York charged James Newton with first-degree and third-degree sodomy. Newton had allegedly forced a 19-year-old man to engage in non-consensual oral sex. At trial, Newton claimed that because he was intoxicated at the time of the sexual act, he believed it was consensual because the alleged victim didn't resist or communicate a lack of consent. Newton thus requested a jury instruction that his intoxication could have negated the mens rea element of the crimes charged. The trial court gave an intoxication instruction for the first-degree sodomy charge and explained that for Newton to be found guilty, he must have subjectively intended to forcibly compel the victim to engage in the sexual act. However, the trial court refused to give an intoxication instruction for the third-degree sodomy charge, reasoning that that crime had no subjective intent element. Rather, conviction for third-degree sodomy required a finding only that Newton committed the sexual act despite the alleged victim's clear expression of lack of consent that would have been understood by a reasonable person in Newton's position. Therefore, the trial court instructed the jury that even if Newton subjectively failed to understand the victim's lack of consent due to intoxication, his intoxication wasn't a defense to third-degree sodomy under any circumstances. The jury acquitted Newton of first-degree sodomy but found him guilty of third-degree sodomy. The appellate division affirmed the conviction, and Newton appealed to the New York Court of Appeals.